guys, welcome back to Tiana's Divine Truth, and today we are going to talk about courage. And what does having courage mean to you? And what does having courage mean to you? When in your life is it important to have courage, and why is it important? Sometimes we need courage to let go of the past. Sometimes we need courage to move into the future. Sometimes we need courage just to sit and be present in the moment, especially when things aren't going the way that you want to. You know, we all have big dreams and big ideas of what we want for our lives. And some people don't know what they want for their lives. But you have to be courageous in both aspects. One, where you don't know where you're going, but you have the courage to continue on. Where you know exactly where you're going, and it might be really big and really bright dreams, but you have the courage to continue to act and take the steps necessary that are needed to accomplish those dreams. Having the courage to follow your own intuition is also what's important. Having the courage to know that, you know what, this might not be right for you, but this is right for me. And I think that is what will transform your life. Knowing that even though it doesn't look the way it should look right now, at this time, the way I want it, doesn't look picture perfect, but I have courage that I'm still going in the right direction. And sometimes it's not easy to continue to have courage that what you're doing is the right thing. You need the immediate results and the reassurance that as you're moving towards something new and changing the path that you're going, that you're doing the right thing. And the hard part is you don't always get immediate results. And sometimes the slow and easy way is the right way, but the problem about that way is you don't get the immediate results. So you have to have courage, and you have to have belief that even though it's not happening immediately, I know it's for me. I know it's going to happen. I know what is mine is never lost. What is mine will always come back to me. What is mine is always going to be mine. Why? Because simply it is yours. Nobody else's, just yours. That dream that you've been putting in the closet, not taking action on, that dream is yours. And only you can act on that dream. Only you can act on those desires to pursue the things that you want to pursue. And when you start acting on those things and you start pursuing the things that you want to, you have to have courage that what you're doing is right for you. And the only way to move forward is courage, because not everything is a guarantee, but one thing is guaranteed. If you do not act, if you do not have courage to act, then you will always be where you are right now. You will always be wondering, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have gone there. That's right. You should have. You should have had the courage to do what your heart was telling you to do, what your intuition was calling you to do. Integrating your mind and integrating your heart together is very important in this journey of courage. Once you're able to integrate these two parts of yourself, you're able to have more courage that what you're doing is in alignment with what you need to be doing for yourself, because your heart will sing more, because your mind is a instrument of pattern. It follows the patterns that are being laid out in front of it, and it's like, okay, well, I see a pattern here, I see a pattern here, let me just sync to that pattern and go with it, right? It recognizes these patterns. It gets stuck in these loops sometimes, repeating patterns of things that it doesn't want, that your heart doesn't want, but your mind is like, no, this is what we've done, this is how we've done it, this is how we're going to continue to do it, right? But your heart's like, but I know that there's a better way. I know that there is more. I know that I can grow. I know that I can explore. But the mind is like, no, this is what I see. So because I see this, this is what I know. And because this is what I know, this is what I follow. But the heart knows things too. The heart is so much more expansive than the mind. The mind can go really further than out of here. Most of the stuff that the mind accomplishes is because of the heart, right? The heart, think of the heart as the power center of your mind, right? Whatever your heart desires, your mind will make happen for you, right? So if your heart wants more, guess what? Eventually, the heart will override the mind, and you'd be like, fuck what I think. Fuck everything. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, right? You think that's the mind saying fuck everything, fuck this, fuck that? No, it's a heart being fed up about everything around it, saying I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna be free. You know, imagine that your mind is the mind is the pretend your mind is your castle. Your heart is that princess in the tower, looking out into the expansive world, trying to figure out somewhere over the rainbow. You know what I mean? You know, bluebirds fly somewhere. You know, that your heart is that princess in the tower, you know, being locked away for its protection, trying to get out of there. And the mind is like, but you're safe behind these walls. If you're behind these walls where I can watch over you and I can see what you're doing, then you are always safe. But the princess knows that, yes, I know that I'm a beautiful, powerful, expansive princess, but why can't I see the world? Why can't I be free? Why can't I be me? You see what I mean? But you're in the castle, right? You're being protected. It's for your benefit. It's for your good. You're going to be great up in this tower, protected away from everyone, where no one can see you, hidden away in the tower. This is your life right now, people. And you want to be out of that tower. You want someone to save you. Come in, defeat the guards, pull you away, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you gotta save your motherfucking self. You gotta escape, you gotta sneak out of that castle, and you need to go on your own little adventure and be like, oh wow, look at the sky, look at the sun. Oh, is this what it feels like on the other side of this castle walls when this air feels free, right? So, but in order to do that, you have to have the courage to break your own rules, or the rules of the mind, the rules that your mind tells you, the rules society tells you, so that you can be everything that you are, not just a princess in a tower stuck looking out at all that could be, but also a princess outside of the tower, exploring what the real world is, what the world really has to offer, learning and growing what it means to fully be you, fully be in your own energy, where you are reliant on yourself, where you know that I can do anything I want. Now, where do I want to grow? And that takes courage. And I'm not exactly sure how I ended up with the whole analogy of a princess stuck in the tower trying to escape, but isn't it perfect? Just think about it. Your mind is the one keeping you in that tower, and your heart wants to be free. But once your heart is committed to leave, guess what? You will leave. Your mind will fall into line behind what your heart desires, because it's your heart that attracts everything to you, and it's the mind that goes out and gets it for you, right? So your heart's pulling it in, and your heart's, it's like, come here, come to me, you're sitting in your divine feminine energy, come to me, and your mind is like, well, if you're going to be in your divine feminine energy, well, you're going to need this, and you're going to need this, and this. So it starts working cohesively with the heart in order to bring in what you need. Because at the end of the day, you have to integrate both parts of yourself, that feminine aspect of yourself, where you're resting and you're like, and you're just, nurturing your body, nurturing yourself, and just being and planning. People don't really think about it, but planning is also, and strategy is also a very feminine energy. Why? Because feminine energy has the ability to look further into the future and further into the past. It's able to see different pieces and fit them together so that there is a plan. But the more you suppress that feminine energy of you, of resting and nurturing yourself so that you can receive the knowledge and the information that you need in order to guide you on that journey into discovering yourself, then it's going to be very hard for you. And you'll only be in that impulsive energy of the more masculine energy. Masculine energy is do. Feminine energy is be. Be still, be silent, be restful, be peaceful, so that you can receive this knowledge. And once you've received this knowledge, do, act, build, create. Creation is more of an masculine. You know what the irony is? Creation is more of a masculine energy. I'm realizing this. Creation is more of a masculine energy, but it works simultaneously with the feminine energy in terms of like you're using your feminine energy in order to receive the knowledge to create. And when you're aligned with both, you'll just see magic happen. All of a sudden, things will just start weaving themselves together, and you're like, whoa, because you'll be listening. Okay, it's time to rest. Okay, it's time to act. Okay, it's time to go. Okay, it's time to stop. Okay, you know what I mean? Like you'll be like, and that just ties in with the whole concept of your intuition. That's right, people. Intuition is good for the soul. Your intuition is important because your intuition is basically that guiding system. It's like that middle ground between your higher and your lower self, right? It allows you to understand what's happening. It tells you when to go. It's similar to the masculine energy. Actually, you can even say that your masculine energy and the feminine energy united is your intuition if you think about it, because it's allowing you to move and it's allowing you to slow down. It's allowing you to move and it's allowing you to slow down. I don't know, I just thought of that concept just now, but take it for what it is. And the more aligned you are with listening to both sides of yourself, united together, the more confidence you'll have. And the more confidence you build in listening to both sides of yourself, the masculine side and the feminine side, is the more your intuition will build. And that is the key to building your intuition. When that fiery energy tells you to go, 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 then you know that this is time to be in action. But when that feminine energy comes in and says, hey, it's time to nourish yourself, rest, to relax, to fill your cup up so when it's time to go, go, go again, you're going from a space of knowing that, hey, this is the right step for me. Hey, this is how I want things to play out. So instead of being guided by impulse, blind impulse that ends in negative outcomes, you're being guided by wisdom, by alignment with your higher self, with your heart center, because you know that, hey, this is what I really want. This is not something, I'm not being like pushed around by life and life is taking me here or there and I don't know where the hell I'm going. Like, no, you'd be like, no, man. So that this is what I want. This is where I'm going. So when everything falls apart, when you have towers, everything falling apart, but you know that, hey, I'm aligned with my feminine energy and I'm aligned with my masculine energy, and I know that my heart knows what it wants and my mind knows what my heart wants. You're gonna sit there as the chaos falls apart, and you'll be like, oh, I see what's happening here. Oh, I see what's happening here. Oh, I see what's happening here. Your eyes become wide open, and that is when you become. You're now aware, and you don't feel any fear. You just feel a little wonder. I'm like, okay, wow, I did that last week and this happened. That was different. I listened to myself last week and now this is different. I listened to myself yesterday and now this is different. Wow. So that's what it means. I acted when I said I was going to act and this is different. I rested when I said I was going to rest and this came in. I went after what I wanted to go after. This is different. That's how you slowly, bit by bit, transform your life through your intuition. That's how you move from a season where everything was just happening to you to a season where everything is happening for you. Does that make any sense? Because before you were a victim of your impulses, not realizing what was happening. Things were just being thrown at you left and right. Oh my God, why is this happening? Oh my God, why is it happening? Why? Right? And now you're just like a season of awareness, like, oh, okay, this is happening, but I know it's happening for me. So I'm just gonna, surrender to the chaos a little bit and just flow with it. Surrender to the chaos. Yes, you're going to have emotions arrive. You're going to have doubts. So much doubt. Just a lot of fucking doubt, y'all. Just a lot of doubt. You're going to have doubt. You're going to have regrets. You're going to have all of this stuff. And then just keep remembering each day to just like, when you start feeling those doubts, those regrets, those breathe, bring it back to self. Just bring that shit back, okay, y'all? And it's gonna be hard, okay? It's gonna be very hard. Guess what? Life ain't easy, You didn't come here in an easy way. You got pushed through a tiny ass. Well, you know what I mean, okay? That was a bit traumatizing for everybody. That was not easy for your mom or for you. Life's not supposed to be easy, but it is supposed to be rewarding. It's supposed to make you feel like I earned this, I worked for this, I deserve this, I am worthy of this. Because guess what? You came through this. Of course you earned this, you're worthy, you deserve this, because we all do. But as we go through life and as we are raised and we go up, they make you forget that, how much work you did to get here. Yes, that's right. You got pushed through this to get here. So you deserve everything that you desire that is in alignment with what your heart wants. And I don't mean what society tells you should want, because most of the time, if you think about it, because most of the times what you think you want is not really what your heart wants. And that's sometimes where you end up in the difficulty of being disappointed with what you receive, because you're thinking that you're chasing the thing that society tells you that you need for yourself. You get to it, you achieve it, you're chasing it, you got it, and you realize it's not really what I wanted. It didn't feed my soul. It didn't fill my bucket. It didn't fill anything. You just feel more lost and confused because you have what you want, but you still feel like you have nothing. And in those moments, sometimes, for those people who are feeling this energy, I say to you this. Sometimes the things that we ask for, this is important, y'all, okay? This is what I learned maybe 5 years ago. Sometimes the things that we ask for, that we say that we want, are not the things that we need. Okay? I'm going to repeat that again. Sometimes the things that we ask for, that we say that we want, are not the things that we need. So instead of focusing first on the things that you want, focus on what you need. So when you are asking, praying, requesting, mantraing anything into your life, okay? Or asking God, please deliver this for me. Asking God, please, I pray that this comes into my life. Ask for, if you're going on a date, this is the best part. If you're going on a date and you're like, oh gosh, oh God, please let him be the one. I'm like, that's like, I find that's like empty words. Just ask God, say, God, please, if this is for me, let it be. If not, let it go. You can also say, you can ask God, please send me what this is my favorite one though. This is the best thing to do. When you're going on a date, pray to God, like, please God, send me what I need. You know, the person that I need. What is right for me? What do I need right now? And that will get you further and transform your life more than God sending you what you want. Because what you want sometimes is out of alignment with what you need. Like, what your heart needs is someone who is patient, who is kind, who is loving, who is giving, you know, who is balanced, who is nurturing. But what you want might be, you know, someone who society tells you is a high value. And I was just like, but is that what I need though, right? And it's not even about a financial thing. It's just like, who's going to feed your spirit? Who's going to feed your heart? And that's what's important, because when you're being well loved, right? You start glowing, you start showing up, all that stuff. And you also have to base it based off of your love language. But also when you're getting someone that you need, you can see the difference in what you feel safer around that person, because maybe what you needed was safety. If you're someone who needs a guy who has a lot of money, then God will send you a guy who has a lot of money, because that might be what you need. Maybe your previous relationships, you didn't feel financially secure, and you need someone who's going to be that for you, because you've already have enough emotional grounding, you've grown enough, and that was just that one part that you needed. You know what I mean? But if maybe you're someone who was wounded in a specific way, and what you needed was someone who was going to be loyal, kind, secure, who was going to love you through your evolution, and you could love him through his. And I don't mean in a toxic way either. I mean like in a positive evolution. Like, they saw that you got hurt, you see that they were hurt, so you guys are working together to heal that in a nurturing way. And what does that mean? You're not screaming at them, you're this, you're not. No, that's fucking toxic, okay? That's really fucking toxic, okay? If you love this person, why are you shouting at them? If you love this person, why are you talking to them as if you don't love them? Why are you talking to them as if that they were some friend that you stopped, that you broke up with down, years ago, and you're just cussing them out? I'm like, that's not how you talk to people that you love. You don't talk to people like you love as if you don't love them. How is that loving them? Because you have to think about it. If they were speaking to you like that, how would you receive it? You would be defensive. You wouldn't be receiving the message of love that they're sending you. You wouldn't be seeing the love that they're giving you, because you're just all up being defensive about it. I think I got a little bit off track because I was talking about courage, and that led to intuition, and I'm not sure how I ended up here, but that was definitely a flowing message. The reason we need to focus on courage and really build up courage is because courage enables you to let go of what is no longer serving you. You need to have courage to let that go, because that means you're letting go of something that is familiar, something that your mind says is secure, because your mind likes patterns and repetitions, and hey, this is what we have been doing. I feel secure repeating this pattern. So you got to let that go. You got to let go of all the ways that you thought you were, so that you can become all the ways that you need to be. You got to let go of the emotions that are not serving you. You got to let go of the mentality the mental pattern of your mind that is continuing to trigger emotions that are not serving you. You have to let go of the physical way of being. Like maybe you have to transform how your body is. You got to and what people don't really realize is that as you are evolving and changing and developing and as you're healing each aspect of yourself, you have to be extremely flexible. And what I mean by extremely flexible because as you're changing, everything else is changing around you. As your internal life is changing, your external life will eventually catch up to the work that you've been doing inside. And that means you have to be very flexible with what comes in externally, so that all the groundwork that you've laid inside does not fall apart. That is important. You don't want to fuck up all the stuff that you did inside by what's happening outside. Remember, you're building your internal foundation so that whatever happens outside is fine with you. No matter what it is, you are fine with what happens outside, because I know that I am strong inside myself. I know that inside of me is a castle. Is a castle, right? Is a castle. And the castle is no longer in my mind. The castle is my whole being, my whole being. It's protecting my heart. But the difference is this castle has legs and it can go wherever it wants. It's no longer locking my heart in. It's no longer separated from my mind. My heart and my mind are united and directing me to where it is that art is going to make me happy, is going to make me content, is going to make me joyful, is going to make me expand. I'm walking around like a castle with completely filled with my heart, but my mind is at least now directing me to where I need to be, instead of locking me in place in fear, in action. So have courage to follow your dreams, have courage to take a risk on yourself, have courage to be you, have courage to speak when you want to speak, have courage to be as multifaceted as we as humans are. You're not only locked into one way of being. Like, my personality is so vast, it's even I'm still discovering myself, okay? And yes, I think a lot of those parts got locked away because behind the castle, for my mind's safety, as I was going through a dark periods of my life. But now that it's time to excavate the full spectrum of who you are, okay? Spectrum, that's the word. You don't always have, if you're someone who's serious, if you're someone who someone sees as serious, it doesn't mean that you always have to be serious. You can be a lighthearted person also. It doesn't mean that you're not that person. It just means that you are not just this. You are everything. You can be whatever the fuck you want. And thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope you guys enjoyed that message. I have a video about guilt and about how that guilt that you feel might not be yours. So it's time to let it go. And the next video is about resentment and about how resentment is holding you back and how to let it go. So I hope you guys enjoy my messages and more to come. If you do please like, share, and subscribe if you think that this message will benefit anyone. Have a great day. Bye, guys.